Welcome back, guys. It is Monday, new week, new charts, new PA. Let's go. Today was an interesting day. I was struggling pretty bad in the morning, or at least right after open. I just jumped into some stupid shit way too soon. Even though the target was hit. It was just too soon, and it was a Monday with no news, and it was against my higher time frame bias. So even though I had good confluence, it's really hard to tell if this trade. I honestly don't know. Like, I had a good entry. I had a good bounce out of a 15-minute when we swept sell side. We had a decent break-even point and some low resistance liquidity above that. And even though it was against my bias originally, I thought, well, this should work. And this recording is actually my second entry, but it gets stopped out again. And then I just kind of hop off the charts. Just a little bit frustrated with myself, even though I had good confluences and I thought it was a good trade. I need to pay more attention to the higher time frame. I think I got too zoomed in, which is a problem I've been having recently. And then, apart from that, the next trade, I don't have a video, but you could see we had we swept that buy side that I was aiming for originally, and we were bouncing out of a 15-minute. I believe also there was an SMT up there, and then we had a really strong closure downwards after bouncing back and making an order block. So those are always really high confluence entries for me. And then we just came down, swept south side. And then this trade was a little bit later. We ended up creating an SMT at the lows after sweeping it on ES rather than NQ, but luckily I put my break even at the body of the wick, or the body of the candle, so we were able to secure, I think, 1 out of 5 contracts as a scale point there, and bring us back to pretty much break even on the day. So that's pretty good. I think my mistakes today were pushing the button too easily, not really like fully going back to the higher time frame and rechecking everything before I took an entry. I was just taking 1 minute entries, which I usually prefer not to. I prefer to take something a little bit higher, like 3 or 2 minute at least. And 1 minute entries are good if you have enough higher time frame confluence, but on these trades I was just really zoomed in and not paying enough attention to everything else going on. So from now on, I think I need to pay more attention to the higher time frame, definitely. And if I'm unsure, even a little bit, just let it play out. There's absolutely no reason to just jump into a trade if you aren't fully confident. And that was a pretty good example for me to take home today. So anyways, I hope you guys had a good day. I'll see you tomorrow. We have some news tomorrow, so hopefully PA is a little bit better. And yeah, see you later.